What's good, YouTube? Welcome to my channel, man. My name is DivaTequila. I appreciate you being here. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Today, I'm going to be returning back to my roots in a sense. When I first started gaming heavily, when I was in the army still, I first started, watching YouTube content and streamers. That's when I was first introduced to the concept of people, streaming and making content out of video games. I'm like 18, 19, 20 years old, and it was predominantly League of Legends. I've played a lot of Overwatch lately, kind of gotten a point where I'm burnt out. I've done most of the things that I want to do in Palworld as well, so I figured why not play League of Legends. It's been like 3 or 4 years for me, so don't expect some like cracked gameplay, but I enjoy it. I figured I'd share it with you guys as well. So playing some ARAM at the moment. For those of you who actually play League of Legends, you'll know ARAM is a lot more casual. You get selected a random character. You've got a team of 5 random characters against a team of 5 random characters. It's one lane. You just meet in the middle, clash it out until somebody breaks. Basically, capture the towers, capture the inhibitors, and that's that. I've gotten the Sivir, whatever. She's an AD carry, so ranged character, does a lot of damage, attack damage. Pretty cool concept. I'm gonna kind of just spectate, watch and see as the game goes by, share my thoughts and my vibes. I haven't done any spectating of Overwatch like that, so I'm gonna try to see if I can figure out how to see the items and stuff as we go. Okay, here we go. So you can see that I'm starting with the little noon quiver item. This will build into my static shiv, so I'm trying to rush attack speed and crit chance here. Going with static shiv. I believe I end this game with 100% crit chance, so some big damage that we're gonna be able to put out that way. Sivir has a lot of poke, so you'll see that I'm constantly trying to spam my Q whenever I have a line of minions, or if I have a way of, see, I did some quick little poke damage to the Jinx real quick. Your Q is really good for harass and also lane management. My team here is pinging me back. I'm harassing the lane too much, so they're not actually able to contribute here or do any damage. You see that we're all full health. You see that the enemy team's just getting shoved under turret. I wanted to just stay aggressive here, but I'll listen to my team. I'll fall back a little bit. We'll see what's going on. And I remember I giggled here. I usually don't type in chat too much, especially in League of Legends, because it's a slippery slope. I pinged back, I fell back, and then our Nunu, is that who that is? Nunu, I believe, just dives in and dies. You know what I mean? I've got all that harass, all that lane control. We just give it up for free. Just a free death. It's okay. You know what I mean? It happens. Hey, la vie. I just thought it was funny that y'all pinged me to fall back just for you to rush in and die. They've got a little bit of a gold advantage. They've got a couple more kills, and there's not much is happening. But again, I have a lot of lane presence. The Nunu comes back with the vengeance, gets a quick kill. I pick up the assist on that. The Warwick goes in extremely drunk, a little bit out of control. We're picking up a couple free kills here. You see I'm in on all of these assists. Honestly, obviously getting the kills in League of Legends is wonderful for your gold count and just for your stats, but as long as you're doing consistent damage as an AD carry, if you do a lot of damage, you're being impactful. Have more kills than deaths, obviously, but as long as you're not making yourself an easy target and you're attacking easy targets, like you see I had to flash away because I stepped in front of my tank. I actually was the most forward person on my team right there and got punished for it, you know what I mean? But it's okay. They've got one of us, we got 3 of them. I ended up dying as well. It's cool. It's cool. I can say that me overextending there directly led to, the team ace there. But it's cool. It happens. We go back with enough gold to get our first item though, so that's going to be a nice little power spike to start with. I've got my static shiv. Static shiv is giving attack speed, attack damage, and crit strike chance. Also is going to chain my damage, so I have even more wave clear. So they're not able to have as much fighting potential in the lane. If you have faster wave clear, then you're not going to be taking minion damage as you're fighting. You're also able to have more like turret pressure than they do. It's really not advised to fight under the turrets, obviously, because then the turrets do massive damage. Not the best. You see again, still got to learn my lesson here. I get punished for extending out too far. I had my spell shield up as well. So when the Jinx put her little traps behind me, I should have just ran through the traps with my spell shield because it wouldn't have actually stunned me. I mean, but it is what it is. Like I said, I'm just now, starting to get my feet wet, starting to get used to League of Legends again. This ends up being a pretty good game. I enjoyed this one. It went pretty long. Spoiler alert, I think it was like a 20-minute game. And I felt like it was really back and forth. So thought it was some good gameplay to showcase. I will show some Summoner's Rift games as we start to get into it, you know what I mean? But give me a little bit to get used to the buttons and stuff again. I've been playing mainly first-person shooter games for the last like 3 to 5 years. But going back to a MOBA is obviously an entirely different viewpoint and such. The movements are all different. Also, a lot of these characters I have no idea who they are, you know what I mean? There's 3 characters in this game right here that I don't know who they are. So that's part of it though. I enjoy how often the updates happen in League of Legends in terms of new characters, new items, and balancing updates. They're very good in that aspect in my mind. So we're 6 minutes into the game. Not really a lot has happened in terms of turret pressure, but you can see that we have taken the lead. We were down by like 3 kills at one point and like 1,500 gold or so, I think. Now we have the gold lead, we have the kills lead. I unfortunately get put to sleep by one of the characters that I don't know who they are. I think her name is Zoe, I've since gathered, but my 3 deaths so far, I think 2 of them were entirely preventable. For those of you who aren't familiar with ARAM though, you can't go back and spend your gold, you can't buy new items, and you can't go back and get full health without dying. So there is a little bit of give and take in ARAM towards dying. You don't want to die, obviously, a whole lot. You don't want to die at like a disadvantaged position. You don't want to leave your team hanging. You want to still have lane control. You want to have turret pressure. But to get stronger, you have to die. In League of Legends, you only get so strong by leveling up and getting your abilities. A lot of it comes down to how much gold you have, meaning how many items you can buy. So you can see here now I've got my static shiv, got my BF sword, got a long sword, got my boots as well. Got a little refillable potion. I mean, something slight. I usually, I prefer the refillable potions as opposed to just dumping gold into regular potions. Just because every time you go back, you get 2 stacks on it. But it really kind of just depends on what character you're on as well, if I'm going to put the money towards potions. But as an AD carry, being extremely squishy, and by squishy I mean having low health and low defense, being more so like a glass cannon, it's nice to have that extra little bit of health. So we pick up an ace here. You see we're instantly wiping the fucking wave back out so we can apply more pressure. Got my spell shield going on here. And we pick up the next kill. So we're already staggering them as well. Feels pretty good. I'm still just spamming my abilities. My W, for those of you who don't know on Sivir, increases your attack speed by a little bit and also makes it to where your auto attack bounces to multiple enemies. So for up to 8 bounces, it'll deal an additional 74 damage. That's part of why you have so much wave clear on Sivir. Coupled that with the static shiv as well, which sends all of my electricity bouncing. So I think at the moment I'm going, I think I'm going Bloodthirster next. Last time I played, Bloodthirster didn't give critical strike chance, so it wasn't as high of a priority for me. It was still a very good weapon because it also allowed you to have some over health at that time, but the fact that it gives critical strike chance at the moment means it synergizes really well with the build that I want to go here on Sivir. I get caught behind, and I'm a little too far back, but the fact that I'm able to trade 1 for 1 on the kill there means they don't have as much potential to take our turret here. So I felt like that was a decent trade, you know what I mean? We got the next minion wave coming in. We still have our Akali back here who has a lot of burst damage, so they're not, they're not really comfortable or confident or in the position enough to really capitalize on that. So I end up going back, buying my Navoried Quick Blades is what I got actually. This reduces your attacks, reduce your non-ultimate ability damage. So this will allow me to spam my Q, which is the long boomerang blade that I throw out, my W, which bounces back and forth to all the enemies, and my spell shield as well. Pick up a free kill here as well. We're still rolling. It also gives more crit strike chance, so I'm already at 40% critical strike chance. Building up pretty nicely. We get the kill on the Warwick here as well, saving our baby Brand. We come back from spawn after dying. That was a pretty, you know, the trade initially was good in my mind because it was a 1v1 and they weren't able to get any turret pressure on it. But then when we come back as well, I made it back to lane faster than their person made it back, so we ended up picking up 2 more staggers. And then we still just leave the lane shoved, and now my entire team's back. So, worked out really well in my opinion, honestly. Pick up another kill instantly, just spamming my abilities, honestly. Q does so much damage. I believe I'm maxing out my Q first. I think I maxed Q first, and then I went with the W. I get put to sleep again here, which is really unfortunate. I think I literally could have just sidestepped a little ability, but I think it took me a little bit longer into this game to gather exactly what was what was putting me to sleep. I know that sounds so silly for those of you who still play a lot of League of Legends, but I'm not gonna lie to you. You know what I mean? I got a little bit to learn. That's okay. Again, that's part of the enjoyment for me. I do really like the spectating capabilities of League of Legends. I know I was a huge fan of watching like the LCS and like, you know, the World Series League and all that stuff, you know, years ago, damn near a decade ago at this point, when I was like heavily playing a lot of League of Legends. And I still enjoy watching it now. When I started playing again last week, I started watching the most recent you know, mid-season series, whatever it's called, and I'm always very impressed with the, I don't know, the enjoyment factor of the broadcasts. Like Overwatch at the moment, it's fun to watch, but it's not as high production value as Overwatch games, in my opinion. So I get picked off early here, looking like a booger, you know what I mean? I do a decent amount of damage before I go though, so it's not like entirely embarrassing, but they pick off 4 of us. Like I said, this is gonna be a back and forth game. It's 20 minutes long, so like we do well, but we don't do perfect. That's okay. Our Nunu here was doing a good job of holding the turret, but I think that they realized the wave was crashing in, so the enemy team was just gonna be able to more or less like turret dive on him. So I think he was trying to maybe get 1 or 2 free picks so they couldn't just freely take the turret. Doesn't happen, but that's okay. So we go back again, we pick up our Berserker's Greaves, which is the attack speed boost boots, and then we have our Zeal as well. So now we're up to like 55% crit chance. Our attack speed's pretty good. Where we at? We got a 1.59 attacks per second. That's not bad, you know what I mean? It's not bad. We're rolling pretty good. Every time I go back, you know, I'm going back with cash to get good items. So doing what I can. We pick up 1 early kill in that team fight there. Did we get the ace already? No, we traded 2 for 4 though. So we've got 3 people left alive. They only have 1 person, and we have a lot of, you know, a lot of turret pressure that we're able to provide here, because you know, I'm an auto attack champion for the most part with really high attack speed and decent damage. So now, with that being said, I just did a big boo-boo. I did a big boo-boo. You can see that the turret was left with literally 1 auto attack, and all 3 of us died. I'm telling you that while watching this, I know that I am the ADC. I have a lot of attack speed and damage. I should have just taken the turret out, so all 3 of us could have killed the 1 person, and we're good to go. And my team actually ended up laughing at me in chat a little bit there. And we're like, yo, Sivir, what the fuck are you doing? Why didn't you just take the turret real quick? You're good to go. Even if I die at that point, I take the turret. So it opens up the map more for us. And you know, I told him, I said, you know, it's been a while since I've played. Forgive me. Forgive me. I pulled the old whoopsie. And they were cool about it, you know. They're like, well, you know what? We get it. Shit happens. But now I got to come back in and, you know, I got something I got to prove. You know what I mean? We're coming back in, we're doing big damage. What item did we get there? We got our Phantom Dancer when we went back. So another big power spike. Also, when I used to play, these attack speed and crit chance items, they didn't give attack damage at the time. So now it's even more incentivized, in my opinion, to pick these items up. I went ahead and took the turret before the minion wave got there, just because the minion wave was going to take a while, and you see the Warwick got there almost instantly. So it allowed us to take the turret before the Warwick got there. The Warwick was already committing to come defend the turret, and we ended up staggering out the Warwick. So I took a little bit of damage taking the turret out there, but we took out the turret, we staggered the Warwick, we took out the inhibitor as well, so now we're spawning super minions. So pretty good trade all around in my opinion. I'm gonna pick up a couple more kills here. To be honest with you, this right here is where the game should end. Now I'm saying that knowing good and well that this is not where the game ends. But that is where the game should end. I end up running directly back into where the Warwick comes out. I think we pick up the Warwick here, but I just don't have any health really to follow up. We take out the Jinx as well. So we're all really low on health. There's only one person left alive, but it's not that easy. You know what I mean? I'm kind of nervous here to even push the turret. And I used my W when I attacked the turret as well. So my auto attack actually bounced off and pulled turret aggro. So at this point it's best for us to just go ahead and fall back, pick up these little health packs along the map, defend our turret, make sure that we don't lose all of the massive pressure that we just gained. You can see I'm currently 8, 7, and 34. I've got a massive amount of assists because my W, my static shiv, and my Q do so much AoE damage. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to actually pull up, you know, the stats after the game and actually look at like the advanced analytics and all that stuff. We'll see as time goes by, but we do a massive amount of damage here. And this is what I wanted to avoid happening. I think maybe I pushed up a little bit too far trying to get this little booger right here, but they ace us. They ace us entirely. So we just took all of that pressure. We gained, you know, map control fully by having the super minions and everything, and then we tried to rush our next team fight, and then they basically just come back into the exact same thing. They take our turret, they take our inhibitor. Like that could have easily back then 3 minutes ago been the end of the game, and it got extended just off of silly goofy shit. But that's part of honestly what I enjoy about League of Legends is it's very much so a chess game, a battle, constant moving pieces that affect the game heavily. And you know, one little miscue, you lose your queen, you get checkmated, boom, 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 just like that. So we pick off the Jinx as soon as we come back. We pick up the quick double kill. I've got my attack speed just rap in here. You know what I mean? Just fucking just absolutely spazzing on them. I don't know if you heard my little rap sound there. That's my machine gun. I can't really roll my R's like that, so that's the best you're gonna get. We're trying to just stay full aggro here so we can stagger off this last dude. If we kill this last guy right as the enemy team is spawning, it'll allow us to, you know, maintain the advantage heavily. But it is what it is. So at this point you can see we're pinging the turret. I started pinging it. Yasuo was pinging it as well. We're trying our best to take the turrets so they lose all of that map pressure from us. They send some of us back. They picked up an early kill. I shouldn't have gone back in at all there. I should have just, you know, stayed out of it. But we get another trade there at least. The Warwick gets picked off as well, so it didn't go as clean as we would want, obviously. But you know, we're still winning the trade all around. You know, do we end up picking up the ace here? I don't know. No, we don't pick up the ace, so that's fine. But like, you know, again, that's another instance right there that could have been the end of the game. Oh no! Oh, they picked off another one. So now we really don't have any forward momentum or pressure really. Thankfully, we still have the super minion wave crashing into the turret, but nowhere near as much pressure as we previously had. But now I picked up my Bloodthirster, so now I think I'm at, let's see, we're at 20, 40, 60, 80. So now we're at 95% crit chance. So basically every attack that I do here is now going to be a critical strike. So dealing a lot of damage, have a lot of attack speed at 2.01 per second. Big amount of attack damage as well. Got all of my abilities up. Just popped my ult so that way we can try to stay as aggro as possible here. The Bloodthirster gives me more damage, more critical strike chance, but it also acts as a a defensive item of sort. It's because as I'm constantly dealing damage, I'm constantly healing myself as well, so I'm nowhere near as squishy. It's a lot harder for them to just instantly burst me or pick me off. I get put to sleep again here, man. You know what I mean? Kind of a booger move on my part. But it's okay. It's okay. We take the inhibitor as well. Man, unfortunate, because that right there could have been it, you know? That could have been it. Let's see if we can follow. The Akali goes in, gets a kill. Akali gets picked off as well, though. So now it's just me and the Yasuo back behind me. I'm pinging back for us to just fall back. There's no reason for us to try to challenge this. They don't have any of their, you know, Nexus turrets. They don't have their inhibitor as well. We just freshly took that. So our super minions are going to be spawning longer than their super minions are going to be spawning. So at this point, we kind of just want to like kite backwards, allow our team to show up. The fact that the Warwick overcommitted, tried to dive me and the ass is kind of bad on their part, but very good on our part, obviously. Everybody get the free pick there. I actually do correctly time my spell shield there so I don't get put to sleep. We're on a killing spree. It's a 5v1 now. 5v1, and we literally have just the slightest bit of damage that we need to do to take their turret and win the game. You can see now we're up 16 kills as a team. We're up like 5k on gold. This is definitely like a more snowball victory. Having two characters that build heavily towards critical strike chance is huge towards late game damage. Myself and the Yas do a lot of damage. We take the turret out, we get the dub. Cute little 22-minute game, man. Made me feel good. I'm going to continue putting out some more League of Legends content as I start playing more and more League of Legends content. Also, if you're made it this long and you're wondering why my headphones half off my ear, I just got a new ear neck tattoo, courtesy of my lovely wife, Tats by Dax. I love you so much, beautiful. But yeah, man, I enjoy League of Legends. I haven't played it in some years. I'm going to get back into it. I usually main jungle. I play a lot of Shaco, some Shyvana as well. So be on the lookout for some more League content, man. If you stuck around this long, I love you. I appreciate you. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Stay safe. Peace.